This is Roger with iGadgetGeek. Today I have a walkthrough video of the new AT&T Pantech Discover. Now it's going to be one of their entry-level Android devices. Now it is priced at $49 with a 2-year contract, and it is quite a powerful little Android phone for that price point. Now this isn't going to be your power user or someone that has used Androids. This is no Galaxy S3 or Note 2. This is designed to be more of an entry-level smartphone, someone that maybe has never had a smartphone before or never used Android. It has some really great features for ease of use. Now let's go ahead and get this on out of the packaging, and we'll take a look at what all it comes with. Of course, you get the phone itself, and then with that you get your charging brick, your USB to micro USB cable, warranty guide information, quick start guide, all of that good stuff we've come to see. But let's set that box and everything out of the way. We're not really too concerned with it right now. What we want to do is take a look at the phone itself. Now here on the very back, it does have a 12.6 megapixel camera, which is what is really cool about it. You have that great high-end camera that takes fantastic HD video and fantastic still shots. Then you have the Pantech kind of a chrome logo right here, and the AT&T logos at the bottom. No big text or anything, just a nice subtle little globe. Now I do like this newer graphic that they're using to brand their phones. I think it looks really nice and subtle, doesn't jump out at you. Now on the back here it has a nice soft touch finish, and it has kind of a unique shape to it. If you look at the back here, it's kind of curved, and it really does fit nice in the hand, and with that soft touch grip, it makes it easy to hold. Now on the very bottom, you have, of course, your sync and charge port. Now right here is your main microphone. On the left-hand side, you have your volume up and down, and one of the 2 stereo speakers. So you have one on the left and one on the right. On the right hand, there is nothing besides the stereo speaker. On the very top, you have your sleep-wake power button, your little notch here to take the battery door off, your 3.5mm headphone jack. And right here on the back is your secondary microphone, 12.6 megapixel camera and flash. Let's go ahead and pull this battery door off. Now right here, of course, you have the 2100 milliamp hour battery. You have a slot here for your micro SD card and your SIM card. Now this does have NFC, and right here on the battery door is that NFC antenna. So you can see there's the connection points. So let's go ahead and get this back together, and we'll take a look at the software. So I'm going to go ahead and reposition my camera for a close-up view for the software walkthrough. Okay, I went ahead and repositioned my camera. As we can see here, we have the front of the phone, you have your forward-facing camera, your main speaker, and the little AT&T logo along with the Pantech at the bottom. Now, one thing you will notice, there are no physical buttons or capacitive buttons. It does utilize the on-screen buttons of Ice Cream Sandwich. Now, here is one of the lock screens. Now, you are able to customize this phone right out of the box. So let's go to Settings. If we go to User Themes, we go to Screen Lock, and then you select your different lock types. You have Visual Lock, Modern Lock, Slide Lock, Face Unlock, Pattern, Pin, and Password. Now, the one that I just had it on was the Slide Unlock, which is more of the stock Ice Cream Sandwich, but you can also go here to Modern Lock, and you can adjust a lot of this. So that's kind of cool that it gives you some options right out of the box. Now, of course, with this Pantech lock screen, you're able to access a lot of quick applications. So you can go straight to your phone, you just drag it into the center, your contacts, messaging, camera, all those different applications. Just to unlock it, you just slide it over there and it unlocks it. Then you can go back to your different, you can go to Slide Unlock if you want, and it gives you more of the stock Ice Cream Sandwich lock experience. And that's what I had at the beginning. So you touch the center, you can go to left to your camera or right to unlock the phone. Now also with this customization software, we can go into Settings, User Themes. You also have the dial pad, so you have a few options there to select your dial pad, and then you have your default programs. Now I think that's really nice that they give you some customization right out of the box. Normally you don't get that, especially on an entry-level device. Now if you come right up here to the top, you have all your quick access here to your Vibrate, your Wi-Fi, GPS. Now NFC, like I mentioned, this does have NFC. So it gives you some advantages there to utilize all those functions you can with NFC. And I just received 2 emails, so let's go ahead and clear that out. Now also you have a drop down here that gives you even more access directly to your sound settings, your Wi-Fi settings, display settings, Bluetooth settings. All of those you have quick shortcuts right from that notification menu, which is a really great feature. Now, too, comes with a nice weather widget. Touch on the weather widget, it's going to expand, give you a lot of great information. Now, one of the things most people always want to see are some of these Geekbench scores. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and press the home button here and launch the Geekbench 2. Now, this does have a Qualcomm 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor with a gig of RAM. So we're going to go ahead and run the benchmark, and we'll see what those numbers are. Alright, that benchmark has finished. It gives us a score of 1607, which is a very decent score, especially for a phone that's only going to run you $50 with a 2-year contract. So let's go ahead and launch the Quadrant Standard, and we'll go ahead and run that and get an idea of those numbers. Okay, that has finished, and let's go ahead and get our number. Now we're presented with a 5576. There again, very respectable number, especially for a phone of this price. Now on my website, I will have some sample photos taken with the 12 megapixel camera. So let's go ahead and go into apps. Now, of course, you get a lot of the standard Android apps we've come to see and expect. You get Google, Chrome, and of course, you can install any apps that you do want from the App Store. So you have a nice little app tray here. We can go back home. You have several home screens. Really nice calendar widget, which I'm big on the calendar widgets. Now, of course, here you have several other applications, play music. Now, where this phone really comes into play that's really cool is the stereo speakers. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of music. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't always transfer real well through the camera, but this does have probably some of the loudest stereo speakers I've ever heard on a phone. So this phone's biggest draw is, of course, going to be the 12 megapixel camera and those stereo speakers. Now, it is running a version of Android. If we go to About Phone, it is running the Ice Cream Sandwich, the 4.0.4. And let's go ahead and come back up here to storage. Now, it does have about 16 gigs internally, which we have about 12 available. And it does have a micro SD card slot, which I have a 16 gig card in. So all in all, if you're looking for a great beginner Android phone, this Pantech Discover for $50 on AT&T with a 2-year contract is a fantastic phone. The fact that you get a 12 megapixel camera, a 1.5 gigahertz dual core processor, 16 gigs of internal storage, along with a micro SD card that will accommodate up to 32 gigs. If it's your first Android phone or your first smartphone, you can't really go wrong with the Pantech Discover. Now, this has been Roger with iGadgetGeek.